What's up guys, and welcome to another track guide. This week we're at Fuji with the Lamborghini Huracan for the GT3 series in low fuel motorsports. This track was a great challenge to build a setup for, since the car needs to be able to handle bumps and curbs, have grip for high speed sustained load corners, have decent traction for corner exits, and still be maneuverable at low speed technical sections. So to sum that all up in layman's terms, it's a jack of all trades, master of none. Just reminding you that our lovely YouTube members are getting access to all track guide contents with a 2-day head start compared to their competition. So if you want to become part of that group and support the work that I do, make sure you click the join button and don't forget to also join my Discord community to get the setups, ghost car, telemetry files, and all of the necessary information you need to schedule a coaching session with me, just like dozens of other LFM drivers have already done. Now let's get into the track guide. Coming into turn 1, brake hard and in a straight line at the 150 board while keeping all 4 tires on tarmac, as the curb on the outside has some edges that can mess you up pretty badly. Once you're all the way down into first gear, start trailing the brakes and turn into the corner for a late apex. It's super important that you hold around 10% brake pressure on the way into this turn, as the nose of the car can become very light through the elevation change, and that can even cause your front right wheel to come off the ground. Brake around 70% pressure about a car length after the 100 board and take the inside curb with partial throttle. If you don't take this curb with a little bit of forward momentum, the jump can become pretty harsh and the collisions might upset the car. As you run wide after this corner, keep the car on the edge of the track to stay tight for 100R. Lift off the throttle just after this tarmac strip on the right and keep the steering locked at the limit of front tire grip. As the car starts to naturally wash out to the middle of the track, downshift the third and resume acceleration. Right after 100R, brake hard as soon as the curb on the left disappears from your field of view and set up for a good exit for the left-hander in first gear. Brake hard about halfway between the 150 and 100 boards and go all the way down into first gear. Try to turn in as late as you can to open up this corner and allow you to stay relatively tight after it to get a good line for the tricky left-hander right after it. There is not much to that corner except trying to avoid the really high curbs and put the power down as much as you can. This next series of corners requires a great amount of smoothness and delicate inputs, as going over 40% brake pressure or having aggressive steering inputs will likely cause the rear end to come around on you. For this corner, brake lightly as soon as the AstroTurf begins and aim to get as close as possible to the inside bollard. The next corner, run alongside the inside curb and brake lightly as soon as it ends, with your car aimed toward the grandstands. After opening up your line, start bringing the car over to the apex and avoid the inside curb, which can massively unsettle the car. Be quite conservative with your throttle application, as it's very easy to run wide and invalidate your lap. For the last turn, brake at this darker shade of tarmac and stay around the middle of the track as your outermost position. The rear end can be very lively here, and a good way to combat that is to wait a little bit longer to get your downshifts in, thus reducing the amount of engine braking. After that, it's all about getting good traction into the main straight. So that was a lap around Fuji with the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo, and I hope this track guide was helpful to your week of racing in low fuel motorsports. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the hot lap.